15, and this is our final presentation for the time tracking web app. I'm Frewyni, and this is my teammate Hassan and our third team member Gauri.
Hi, it's me, Hassan. This web app was built to help employees track their work hours and let employees manage payroll easily and securely. We collaborated on backend logic, SQL integration, and a clean React front end.
Nice. I worked on the backend logic using Java and the Spark framework. I also built our core payroll calculation feature and developed most of the API routes in login served Java.
My focus was the MySQL database. I designed the schema and helped write all the SQL queries needed for the things like payroll, employee summarize, and time logs. I also contributed to backend integration.
I led the front end development using React. So I designed the employee and admin dashboards. I built the report user interface, and I focused on creating a clean and friendly user interface.
System achievements. The goal of the application is to build a simple, secure, and user friendly web application that allows employees to clock in, clock out, and employees to track work hour and calculate earning for payroll purpose.
Here are the features that we achieved. Starting with the core employee feature, employee can punch in and out, view total hours worked, view summarized payroll reports. For core admin feature, which include the following admins functionalities, admins can view all employees. Admin can add, update, or deactivate profile. Admin can view detailed reports per employee by pay period. Here are some system achievements that we managed to complete. We were able to calculate accurate payroll data using backend SQL logic. We also built a clean, responsive UI with React and styled with CSS. Also, the backend API are built with Java and Node that are stable and reliable.
What we changed or postponed. At first, we planned to include a real-time notification, but we postponed those to focus on making the core features stable. Instead, we prioritize improving input validation, error handling, UI accessibility.
Why this tech stack? We use Java with Spark for backend routes and payroll logic. Spark made it easy to define endpoints and connect directly to SQL. Node class express helped during prototyping stage and backend testing. We used MySQL to store employees' time logs and payroll summaries with efficiency indexing for performance.
On the front end, we use React for a fast and reusable UI. React helped us break the dashboard into clean, manageable components. CSS helped with the styling across desktop and mobile. XDS was used to send HTTP requests and JSON to transfer data between front end and backend. Function requirements. Here's what the app can do. Employees clock in, clock out, timestamps. System calculates the total hour worked and pay. Admin can log in securely with role-based access. Admin can manage employees' profile. Reports are generated monthly that shows net pay after taxes.
Non-functional requirements. We made sure the app is fast, under 2 seconds response time, responsive on all devices, easy to maintain with clean modular code, and secure for both admins and employees. We also made it scalable so more user can be added without breaking the system. Backend code example. This slide shows our login endpoint. It checks if a user's name and password match the database using secure SQL queries. It also handles well login attempts. Um, this slide has our clock in logic. It captured timestamps and saves them with the employee ID and the time log time logs table. And this slide shows the SQL query that calculates the that calculates total hours worked between two dates for payroll calculation.
And here is the React code we use to let employees punch in and out with one button click. We use statement management and API hooks to instantly update the UI.
So this is our ER diagram, and I'm just gonna show you guys how the ER diagram is structured. So the employee table basically stores the core info like name, job title, and hourly rate. It uses employee ID, also known as imp ID, as the primary key. The users table handles login credentials and roles and links to employees using a foreign key, which is imp ID. The time log table shows clock in and clock out times. It uses a log ID primary as a primary key and imp ID as a foreign key to track who the log belongs to. The payroll table basically summarizes the total hours and pay for each employee by month and uses the employee ID and pay period. Um, the employee report table stores monthly summaries for admin views, and the employee action log tracks updates made by admins with a foreign key to the admin's user ID.
Core features. Our app allows employee to punch in and out, view total hours worked, view payroll summaries. It allows admin to view and manage employee data such as update employee job title and hourly rate, deactivate employees, and add new employees.
Final achievements. We were able to ensure accurate payroll based on real time logs, secure login and role based access, develop a clean and responsive UI, have a stable backend built with Spark, SQL, JSON APIs.
Okay, now that we have seen how we build the system, we'll show you how it actually works in real time.
And to walk you through the live demo, here is our team at Gauri who will demonstrate the full functionality of the time tracking web app.
So, thanks, Hassan. I will now walk you through our system. So, let me just fit this to page. Okay, so this is our database. So, the tables I had brought up earlier, it's all right here, and here is all our insert data. So basically, we have around 10 employees. 11 is system admin, which doesn't count as an employee, and their employee ID is basically the employee ID is just 1 through 10, and their username is their first name, and then their password to log into the system is just going to be employee impass. And for an admin, it's just going to be admin as the username, and then admin pass for the password. So I'm going to access the database through the terminal. Okay, let me enter my password. Okay, so I'm going to select the database time tracking, and then I will show all the tables. So as you can see, all the tables show up, and now I'm going to show all the employees. So here are all of the employees here's a better look, that show up, and it basically shows their hire date, their when they were last active, like if they're active or not. So these two I had added recently, and so they are new employees. As you can see, it's just my name. So here are their job titles and then the date they were created at and the date they're updated. So now I'm going to log in to the backend and front end and show the system running. So this is the backend starting, and let me go to the front end. Okay. Okay. So here is the login page. So as I was saying, you can either log in as admin or an employee, and so it's already saved my credentials. So first I'm gonna log in as Snoopy, and like I said, the password is just impass. So when Snoopy logs in, or any other employee, this is what they're gonna see. So they are able to view their payroll summary, their clock in, clock out times, and their monthly pay reports. So in the pay summary, they can see the weekly and total monthly hours worked and their total pay this week, and in the total month. And they can see all the times they've clocked in and clocked out. So like here are the dates and the clock in, clock out times, and they can also look at the monthly excuse me, the pay reports, which include the pay, like the rate, the hours worked, the gross pay, the taxes, the 401k, and then subtracting the tax and the 401k, the net pay. So I'm just gonna, for demonstration purposes, clock in as Snoopy. So let me pick a time that he hasn't clocked in yet, which seems to be the 27th. So I'm gonna pick the 27th to clock in at 8:30 a.m. So I'm gonna clock him out at, let's say, 5:30 p.m. So clock out, and I'm gonna refresh, and let's reload all of this. And as you can see, the 27th, 8:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. is visible here, and the weekly hours and the pay for the monthly pay report and the pay summary were both updated. So now I'm gonna log out and relog in as admin. So admin has a lot more functionalities than employees. So an admin can search for any specific employee, like Snoopy. Oops, hold on. Like Snoopy. So or the admin can just like search for all employees. So every single employee will show up here. So if I click on the employee details over here, it'll show Snoopy's hourly rate, his hours worked for the week, and then his weekly pay, and then his monthly pay. So I'm going to go back to list, and I'm going to go on to admin controls. So as an admin, admins have access to add new employees. So for example purposes, I'm just going to add me as an employee. So I already have my email in there, and I'm going to put my hourly rate as $22 an hour, and my job title will be, I don't know, intern. So once I add employee, you can see me here as employee number 14. So I am going to deactivate myself. So for any employee who leaves the company, we put this deactivation feature so that they no longer count in the employee section. So I can also update employees by either their hourly rate or job title. And so I'm going to update Snoopy for this example. I'm going to update Snoopy's hourly rate to $30 an hour. So when I go back and I search for Snoopy, you can see his hourly rate is 30. And I'm going to update Charlie's. Charlie is number 2, his employee ID is number 2. So I'm going to update his job title to I don't know, software engineer. So as you can see, Charlie's job title updated to software engineer. So yeah, that about concludes the admin functionalities. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Yeah, that's about it.